how much sugar do you think you consume on a daily basis? I came across a video that answered that exact question. The average person has no idea how much sugar they're actually putting in their body. If you enjoy videos like this and you want to see me answer more questionable internet challenges, consider subscribing. By the end of this, I completely rethought the way I look at food. I will never read a nutrition label the same way, and there are a few foods I may never eat again. Yes, we do.
It's addictive, it's deadly, and it's one of the first things you think of when you hear of drinks like Coca-Cola. Of course, I'm talking about cocaine. Oh, you thought I meant sugar. Oh, yeah, no, yeah, but that's for like later in the video. I should have clarified that, my fault. Now, I bring up drugs for educational purposes.
At this point, this is where my wife did say, she was like, his living room looks like it's like in a church. Looks like a church, you know? I was like, yeah, I remember there was this one time I was in like middle school. I was at like a church retreat thing, and we got to like stay in the church overnight, and that thing was scary as heck. We played hide and seek in the entire church. That was terrifying, but they had this exact same carpet.
Only YouTube. Please. When we think of addiction, it's one of the first things that comes to mind. They destroy health, lives, families, communities. But hypothetically, what if these very dangerous drugs were less regulated? And what if the negative health effects took much longer? Or the addictive habits were less noticeable? Or if the drugs just so happened to be everywhere? Wouldn't it still be an addiction?
I resisted calling their products addictive because it seemed crazy to me to compare cookies with heroin. And I'm now convinced that in some ways
cookies with heroin
are more problematic than tobacco, alcohol, even some kinds of drugs.
If you still don't think it's that bad, did you know that certain estimates say that the average American consumes almost 70 pounds of added sugar every year? Which is 7 of these.
That's insane. That is it. I prefer salt. Consuming 70 pounds of added salt every year. I eat a ton of salt. I like salt. I like my favorite thing to do. I'll take like I'll go to the gas station and I'll get like the lemon lime salt, and then I'll get a cup and I'll just fill it with ice and then pour the lemon lime salt on the ice, and then I'll just like suck the ice off of the salt. Or suck the salt off the ice. It's like, apparently it's like an iron deficiency thing to like do that, but I don't care because it's good. It's too good. But 70 pounds of added sugar is insane. And for me, it's probably a lot more than 70 pounds. I've actually cut back a lot in the like last week.
Bags. Did I buy a 10-pound bag of sugar that I have no idea what I'm going to do with after I finish this video? Yeah.
You'll figure it out. Dude, I am a fiend for dirty sodas. Dirty sodas are so good. They are like, when Sonic had the dirty Dr. Pepper, man, that thing. Dude, I'd drink that thing all day. Indy would have a heart attack looking at the size drink I would get from Sonic. It was like, here, hold on. This is a Sonic Route 44. You ever see a Stanley Cup? This is a Route 44 drink. No, it's good. You put coconut cream and lime on that thing. Look at this thing. Dude, this thing is so big. It's like, it's ginormous. And I used to go in the morning and I'd get a dirty Dr. Pepper, and then I would drink the drink would last me until like lunch, and then I would want another. I would want another one. And sometimes I would then go back and get another one. So I would have 2 of these in one day of dirty Dr. Pepper. But dude, dirty sodas are so good.
The dirty soda is an invention of the state of Utah, wherein they ask the important question, how could I have the negative health effects of drinking 4 sodas while only having to drink 1?
Trying Crumble's new dirty soda butter Dr. Pepper, butterscotch sauce, pineapple syrup, butterscotch.
Dude, it's so true though. How do I fit 4 ounces of soda, or four sodas worth into 1? That's the only question that is being answered by Crumble right now.
Vanilla and
belly is 4 ounces bigger.
This is
what
way
in the
too
diabetes
much
propaganda is going on?
You take a soda, and you add like syrups and fruit purees and cream and energy drinks and flavors and sweeteners and like glitter and bubbles, I guess. Crumble is not the first brand to start serving these, but they are the ones that have gotten the most attention and backlash. And I'm pretty sure that's due to the fact that one of its flavors, Crazy Cousins, which is an absurd name, is rumored to have up to 186 grams of sugar in it.
186 grams of sugar.
Equivalent to either 5 cans of Coke.
That's a lot. That is a lot of sugar in one cup.
One of its flavors, Crazy Cousins,
186.
which is an absurd name, is rumored to have up to 186 grams of
Dude.
sugar in it.
186
We're doomed.
186 grams
It's
of sugar.
equivalent to either 5 cans of Coke or 9.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
At least that's the number that everybody keeps.
Crumble is not good, dude. It is. Crumble is like if you gave a white mom a business plan and she pulled out Nestle Toll House cookies and made some, but then just added a few things and said, ooh, we're just gonna make it like a subscription model where every week we have a different flavor. And that flavor is only available for this week. So get it while you can. And then next week, we're going to have a different lineup of flavors, different cookies. You could buy them only that week. And then every now and then we'll bring them back. And when we bring them back, if you love one flavor, you're going to have to come and get it. But you can't just buy one cookie because they always have other flavors for you to try. And then you start trying the other flavors and you find the other flavor that you love and you're like, oh, I love this flavor. And then you're just hooked.
Floating around, but Crumble hasn't actually released any of the nutritional information on the drinks. Or I think they did at one point, and then they took it down. I'm not sure how that's in a Today News article where they told the reporter, you guys can't believe everything you read, okay? The Crazy Cousins drink only has 130 grams of sugar.
Listen, guys. It doesn't have 186. It's got 130. It's not that bad. It's significantly better for you. Significantly better for your body. The amount of sugar, you're just wrong. You're being gaslighted by the internet and by social media. It's only 130.
That's only 13 Krispy Kreme donuts worth of sugar, not 19.
Imagine eating 13 Krispy Kreme donuts and being like, man, I'm glad I didn't eat 19. I'd go into shock. I'd die. I'd freak out. My body would not know what to do. Even if you just took out like the carbs and it was just like I'm eating that amount of, like
Right,
I would
this
die.
information birth to me.
Sorry.
And she developed a lot of health problems that she still
What?
deals with today. Thank you, mommy. Love you. Terrible idea. But there's an inner child who speaks to me when I look at this beverage. When I was young, I almost killed my mother, and by that I mean that she nearly died while giving birth to me.
Sorry.
And she developed a lot of health problems.
That is a crazy way to put that sentence. When I was younger, I almost killed my mother. But don't worry. It was just because she was giving birth to me.
Watching my mom going to different appointments and taking medications and watching Dr. Oz and going to this one organic
Dude,
grocery
Dr.
store,
Oz.
ironically called Mom's. And when she would occasionally leave me in the car to go grab some things from said store, it would leave me with but one conclusion. Only mothers allowed.
Letting in there.
Was this good for her health? No doubt. And as an adult, am I happy that my mother was able to find food
Have
that
fun.
wasn't going to leave her feeling terrible every day? Yeah, great, that's cool. Like, yeah, but it sucks for me. Because my mom was always complaining about everything, but she was mainly complaining about sugar, like all the time throughout my entire childhood.
Sugar's bad. Sugar's evil. Sugar's gonna kill you.
I still love you, Mom. But
Sugar's
dude,
bad.
As you can imagine, that meant no snacks in the house growing up. So any chance I got to eat sugar, I immediately abused it. My mother would buy honey from Mom's, and because she didn't want me to use it, she would hide it in different places around the house. And there was this one time, both my parents left the house, I found the honey stash, and I dumped like half the bottle into a can of soda. And it was disgusting. It was way too sweet. I'm pretty sure I threw it out. But then my parents came home, and I had to think on my feet. Yeah, so this was a full bottle when we left 45 minutes ago. Okay, so in this situation, you're gonna want to acknowledge the issue while giving a plausible explanation as to how we got here. Yeah, but it fell on the floor and it spilled, and I had to clean it up. The kitchen floor is spotless. Now, at this stage, you have to establish
The soda is in his hand, all sticky. What is this?
a second dimension to the story that your receiver won't be expecting. No, it's spilled in the other room. The other room is made of carpet. Also, you are currently holding a visibly sticky can of soda. It's dripping. Now, it may seem
That's so funny. I remember there was this one time when I was in probably like third, fourth grade, and I was at my grandmother's, and at her house, they left to like go to the store or something. It was just me and my older sister at the house, and I was hungry. And so I went into their fridge and opened the fridge, and I'm like, ooh, what's in here? And me in like third, fourth grade is like, oh, I can cook something. So you know what I cook? I vividly remember this. It was the best meal I think I've ever had in my life. I grabbed tortillas from the pantry. I grabbed sliced American cheese. I remember I grabbed syrup, and I think she had like a Hershey's chocolate bar in there. It was some sort of chocolate bar. It might have been Hershey's, but I grabbed that. And so what I did was I effectively made a quesadilla with the ingredients. So I put the tortilla, and then I like put 4 to 5 slices of shredded American cheese, and then I put this put the honey, or not the honey, the syrup on it, and then I like broke the Hershey's chocolate bar and put it, and then put another tortilla on it. I didn't stop there. I then proceeded to do another level of tortilla chaotic gross quesadilla. So double-decker quesadilla with American cheese, syrup, and a Hershey's chocolate bar on there. And then I threw it in the microwave. Like, I didn't know. I'm third grade year old me. And I put it in the microwave for like maybe like 3 minutes. And when it came out, it was all like bubbling and smoky and gross. And I remember like even grabbing her little pizza cutter that she had and like cutting it into pizza things and eating it like I just knew what I was doing. Looking back on it, I probably should have just microwaved it for like 45 seconds, and then it would have been a lot better.
Like they back you into a corner, but never forget Old Reliable. Whether you are in middle school. Oh yeah, I forgot about that part of the story. Nowadays, I have like a heart thing, so I don't eat sugar all that often. So as much as I would love to try one of these drinks, I know that if I took even one sip, this video would be 4 hours long, and that I would die on camera, and then it would continue to fill my unconscious body until it ran out of storage. Also, it's only available at select Crumble stores, and I think the closest one near me is about an hour away. I would have to drive to a train station and then
he's gonna go get him.
And walk and then
I know
bring
it
back. I'm not doing all of that for an overpriced soda that I can't drink. You can already hear the background music is getting louder. This setup isn't as surprising as I wanted it to be.
I am afraid to drive with this. It weighs like 7 pounds. I've never been able to
7 pounds.
smell a soda like I can now.
This one looks like window cleaner. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. These look and smell great.
Window
I really
cleaner.
want to try it, but I know that even a little bit, if I look at it too hard, it'll kill me. I can't. She hates both the taste and price of alcohol. The only thing she does is drink copious amounts of Sprite soda, and I don't know why. She will buy Costco family-sized packs of Sprite and then hide them in various places around the house because she doesn't want us to access her secret stash. We have talked to her about this multiple times, and we finally reached the agreement that she'll only drink it on the weekend. This has led her to consuming 7 cans of Sprite within a 2-day period habitually. I've decided to address these concerns while actively feeding her addiction on camera.
Don't make that face.
What face?
You weren't making a face?
No, I wasn't making a face. That was my face. Okay, we'll drink it. I'm not forcing you to drink it that long. You really like it? No.
Yeah, she seems to. I mean,
didn't
she
want
likes
you to
Sprite.
like it. No, wait. Stop. Stop drinking it.
Oh, I hate it. Ugh.
Thank you.
Is that what you want?
That is a Sprite-based soda. Would you be surprised if other people said you had a problem?
No, because y'all keep telling me I have a problem.
Do you think that might be denial?
I think because you guys just don't drink Sprite. You see somebody drinking Sprite as a treat and you think.
She's talking about this like just because you guys don't do meth and you see somebody doing meth, you think, and they're doing it as a treat, you think to yourself, they hate themselves. They shouldn't be doing that. That's what she's making it sound like.
Are you concerned with how much sugar you're drinking? Dirty sodas are terrible. But what if I told you a regular soda isn't all that much better? But what if I told you Shapeland is Animal Kingdom? Again, Crumble doesn't show the nutritional information for any of their drinks, but if the worst one is around 130 grams, then it's reasonable to assume that maybe like a mid-range one is about 100 to 110 grams of sugar. Now that's still really bad, but you know what else is bad? Pretty much all large drinks sold at every food place in the United States. McDonald's.
No. I was totally fine with him coming after Crumble, but he's not allowed to come after large drinks from America.
Large Coke, 100 grams of sugar. McDonald's large high C, 104 grams of sugar.
104?
Wendy's large watermelon lemonade, 102 grams of sugar. Popeye's large frozen purple drink, I couldn't even imagine.
That thing is disgusting.
What
by
that's
the
supposed
way.
to be flavored like 115 grams of sugar. Taco Bell large Mountain Dew.
No. No. We're going to have to stop watching the video right here. We're going to have to stop watching the video right here. This is going to cripple me. This is going to cripple me, man. It's going to cripple me. He's about... No, this is like every, like, American person is drinking these. Like, I'll be, like, being 100% candid from you guys, every time I go to a Taco Bell, am getting a large Baja Blast, no questions asked. No questions asked. I'm getting a large Mountain Dew Baja Blast. This is going to cripple me.
Baja Blast Dirty Soda, 108.
Dude. Where did we go wrong? But it tastes so good. It's so good.
15 grams of sugar. That's just random words put together. And last, friggin' Dunkin' Donuts. With multiple drinks that cost the 3-digit mark, the worst I could find was the large Mocha Swirl Coffee Chiller with the 148 grams of sugar.
What? What? 148 grams of sugar added, and total sugars is 156. Dude. Oh my, like I knew Dunkin' Donuts was bad. I knew it wasn't like, I've had Dunkin' Donuts one time. Yes, you're not wrong. There is some dude out there that buys this drink every single morning before they clock in for their work as a Pilates instructor. And you know it. You know it. They go in, they're getting ready to teach their Pilates class, and they walk in and they buy this thing. They walk up and they're like, ooh, I'm drinking my coffee.
Crumble sodas are good, but they're not that out of the ordinary. Really, even if the sugar content isn't in the hundreds, most soft drinks, no matter the size, have way too much added sugar in them. But you may be thinking, hey, drinks are sweet. It is what it is. But what if I told you it wasn't just drinks? What if I told you most things in an American grocery store contain too much sugar? Pasta sauce, bread, cereal, milk, yogurt, condiments, dog treats. What if everything was Animal Kingdom?
Oh, I'm never eating ever again.
But I get why people do it. Coffee sucks. I remember being a kid and waking up and I
Pause. It's okay to attack sugar. You cannot be coming at coffee. Big coffee gonna take you down.
would smell my dad's coffee cooking in that black coffee pot, and it literally filled the entire house. It smelled so good, and I remember begging my parents every day to try it, and eventually they gave in, and I took one sip, and then I was deeply confused for the next 30 minutes. But as I was growing up, I noticed that literally all adults drink coffee, so I just figured.
Okay, back to my grandmother's house. There was this one time, same grandmother's house, same like time period, where I wanted to try coffee and I never got to because I'm a third grader and too much caffeine. And so, but the way that she makes coffee is she puts creamer in it and sugar. So you're not drinking coffee. You're drinking this Dunkin' Donuts 148 grams of sugar per gulp. And it was like, I drank that and I was like, ooh, this is good as a kid. And then around like middle school, I tried black coffee and I was like, how do people drink this? And then about high school time period, I discovered good coffee. And that's when I fell in love with coffee. And coffee is so good. But I do have the same, like, I remember the moment of my life when I first tried black coffee and had that experience. We definitely do have kettle. Well, it is not common for a household, but our household does have a kettle. We have an electric kettle because a lot of times I'll make pour over coffee or French press coffee. And because I'm very particular about my coffee, my water has to be at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. It has to be. It cannot be any lower, cannot be any higher. It has to be 212. No questions asked. I'm not pretentious. Okay, Soupy, you listen here. I am not pretentious. I just like things a little bit harder than other people. Okay? That's all it is. Is that so bad? I like a lot of stuff and I try a lot of stuff. But when I find something I really enjoy, I am not going to skimp out and do the stuff the worst way. If you can do things right, why not do them right? Like, I'm not going to skimp out on stuff.
Hey, maybe coffee is something that grown-ups just do. But as a kid who was the youngest in the family and nobody respected me and I desperately wanted people to view me as older, I tried to convince myself to like coffee. Here's the thing. I'm a terrible liar. It tastes like acid. Is that normal? But eventually, I stopped lying to myself and I stopped drinking coffee. And now that I'm 22 and an adult, I can confirm that not all adults like coffee, just the ones who are liars and think they're better than others. But it turns out
Whoa. That's not true. We just went over this.
My beans weren't high quality, which is why I'm so glad that today's sponsor is My Favorite Coffee.
Yes.
Favorite Coffee? No, I'm just kidding. Remember when Smosh had a coffee brand? Wasn't that weird? No, this video is not sponsored by them. Play a brief game. And while we do this exercise, I'm going to need 70% of you to pretend to be something that you're not. Pretend you're a woman. I'm going to show you a normal day's...
Easy. My chat would already say that I am a woman.
Worth of eating snacks, and I want you to guess at which point you have exceeded your daily limit for added sugar.
Okay, wait, hold on, we've got to go back.
You to pretend to be something that you're not. Pretend you're a woman. I'm going to show you a normal day's worth of eating snacks, and I want you to guess at which point you have exceeded your daily limit for added sugar.
Okay, fun game.
A mini can of soda, a handful of Oreos, 2 Reese's Cups.
Right there. Right there, the Reese's Cups. That's where you exceeded.
And a granola bar. Locked in your guess? All right, let's see.
Yeah, no.
You get a mini can of soda. So that's it. In fact, you only get 1/4 of an Oreo. That's 25 grams of sugar. That is the daily limit for women. If you're a man, you get to have a few more Oreos. In fact, if you are a woman and you were to eat...
Men are better than women. Guaranteed. Like, we get more sugar. I can take more sugar than you guys can. Easy peasy. Easy clap, skill issue, get better.
All of these in one day, you would exceed your daily limit by over 300%. Honestly, I could easily crush all of that in one day. And I wouldn't think that that was a sugary day. I would think I made some pretty wise choices. A mini can of soda instead of a regular one and only 3 Oreos instead of an entire sleeve? Did I change my...
That's the life I'd be living, is a large can of soda and an entire sleeve of Oreos.
Last name to Goggins? Now, you may be wondering at this point, but David, is sugar really all that bad for me? Which is a stupid question because the answer is yes, according to everybody. There are mountains of papers and studies and books and articles and videos all about the different ways that sugar affects every part of your body. It can cause fatty liver disease, diabetes, raise your risk.
These are all false. Duh. Like, you're telling me that the media isn't lying to you? The media is always lying. It's lying to your face.
Slightly different foods, but we're gonna try it again. Guess where this person went wrong in their day's worth of eating.
Okay, another sugar game. Let's go.
A bowl of bran flakes. A grilled cheese sandwich.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Low-fat yogurt.
Grilled cheese sandwich.
Fries with some ketchup. A slice of cake from your cousin's graduation party. And every dessert you could reasonably fit on a to-go plate because the dessert bar at your cousin's graduation party was unsupervised. Okay, you probably guessed
grilled cheese sandwich.
About how people will eat normally throughout the beginning of the day and then they'll overcompensate at the end and then they'll blow through their sugar daily limit. And I'm sure that's probably true. But the crazy thing is, before you get to the dessert, you've already blown through your sugar limit for the day. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bran flakes? I feel like the most concerning part is that I would eat that entire day's worth of eating. Well, not actually, because why?
Yeah, that's a normal, like that seems like a relatively normal thing up until like the cake area. That seems like a normal like day of eating.
What I eat. I have to make a control sandwich so I can compare the two. So we're using the disgusting regular grocery store bread. You know, some people say you have to clean the knife off before you scoop it into the jelly after you've already done the peanut butter. I call those people losers and say they need to get a grip on their lives.
Okay, he's making his peanut butter and jelly sandwich all wrong, guys. Okay, the thing, what you do, you gotta toast the bread. Toast your bread before you make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It will change your life if you toast the bread prior. And then you do less jelly than you do peanut butter in terms of like surface area, because when that bread does come down, it's going to spread the jelly. And then ideally, the sandwich should always be cut into a dinosaur shape. That is the only way to eat a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Like you're right here in the room with
Technique is all off.
me.
I will say, like, homemade peanut butter is significantly better than store-bought peanut butter.
Immediately, this smells so much better. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love chemicals. I grew up on chemicals. All right, let's try it.
Yeah,
Here's the real test.
could be better.
I wanted this to be disgusting, or even just a little bit worse. It's the same.
Also, I referred to Gary Taub's book, The Case Against Sugar, while making this video. And one of the first pieces of research he uses in the book is how in the 1600s, the English doctor Thomas Willis noted that the urine of diabetics tastes, and I quote, wonderfully sweet like sugar or honey. If you like...
What? This guy is drinking urine? This guy was drinking the urine of diabetics, guys.
Source of energy than sugar. But this convenience came at a cost. In the mid-20th century, heart disease was on the rise. President Eisenhower just had a heart attack, and the people wanted answers.
I have a feeling I know where this is going, and I'm about to lose all ability to just consume anything that I enjoy ever again.
What was making these people sick? Put very simply, there were two ideas. There was the popular idea that the problem was fatty foods, which is backed by famed American nutritionist Ansel Keys, or there was the less popular belief that the problem was actually sugar, and that was backed by British nutritionist John Yudkin. Now, intuitively, Keys' argument kind of makes sense. I mean, when compared with other micronutrients, fat has twice as many calories as carbohydrates and protein. Yeah, maybe we're just eating too much of it.
It's also a difference of like healthy fats versus unhealthy fats. Like if you get fat, if you're eating fats from, you eat half of an avocado, that is significantly worse than if I eat French fries. Like just straight up. Or sorry, flip it. Flip it. It is significantly worse to eat French fries than to eat, you know, fat.
It also probably didn't help that in the 50s, Sugar Information Inc. was putting out ads that were talking about all the health benefits that come from eating sugar, and that they even won an award for, quote, advertising.
This reminds me of the clip from Dr. Mike's podcast when he had that one guy on there, and the guy was like, eating grapes are sugar bombs. If you eat grapes, you might as well be smoking cigarettes. And smoking cigarettes is healthier for you than eating grapes. And he was telling that to kids, and Dr. Mike was like, whoa, 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 whoa. What are we talking about?
In the public's interest. Combine all of that with Ansel Keys' confident personality, the backing of the food industry, the fact that his data may or may not have been cherry-picked, and the argument against fat had a strong backing. There is a lot more to say about this topic. It's really interesting. Some people call it a conspiracy, some people call it a war, some people think that it wasn't any of those things and it was just like a really weird situation. But all we need to know is that basically this was just a big competition as to who could better answer the question, why are people getting sick and fat? Ansel Keys and his argument that fatty foods was the problem won that debate. And he was wrong.
And he was wrong.
In the video when I interviewed my sister, she said something along the lines of, "That's not how math works."
Yes, it is. If you consume unhealthy foods, but then you go to the gym and you burn off those calories, it's like you never even consumed the calories in the first place.
It does kind of work, okay? She's not entirely wrong. The question, though, is not whether or not you won't gain weight. It's whether or not you won't be you will be healthy. So like if I ate a bunch of sugar and then went and worked it off, sure, I may not gain weight, but I'm still going to have like the long-term side effects of eating a crap ton of sugar. However, if I go in and I ate like, you know, a bunch of like a chicken and rice and broccoli, you know, and I didn't go work out and I consumed a copious amounts of that, I'm still probably going to gain weight, except for the side effects and those smaller micro things. I'm going to have better heart health, better liver health, better gut health. Like those kinds of things matter as well. But the people that say this kind of stuff, they think that if you eat like a donut and then go work it off, it's like, yeah, sure, you are working the calories off. You're not working off the side effects of all the other stuff that's in them.
But that's what most people get wrong when thinking about sugar. The calories in, calories out approach does not work for this discussion because it ignores both the nutritional value of food and also how
I'm insane.
sugar is processed in the body. Some calories are not the same as others. Greatest analogy, but I like to think of it as having a homework assignment that's too easy. If I have a really hard homework assignment, it takes me hours to get it done, but I'm smarter at the end of the process. If I have a homework that's too easy, I get it done in 2 seconds, but I've learned nothing. After a year of doing either one of those scenarios, which situation am I better off in? As registered dietitian,
That's a pretty interesting analogy.
Health, always think of your body as the processor. You want your body, not the place making the food, to be the one processing your food as much as possible. But none of that was appreciated.
That's crazy. I never thought about it that way. If you're getting processed foods, this is why like I make a lot of the stuff that we eat at home. Like if I make pasta, I'm making pasta from scratch. That kind of stuff is like you want your body to process the stuff, not the place. That's interesting. I've never heard it put that way.
At the time, and all of a sudden, fat became the #1 dietary enemy of the late 20th century. As a result, low-fat foods became the craze, which is insane because low-fat foods taste terrible, and the only way to make them good so that people will buy them is to put sugar in them. So, like, you fill them with sugar, the thing that's making the people fat. Isn't that crazy? And that, quote, contrary to widespread opinion, too much sugar in your diet does not seem to cause diabetes. And that there is no convincing evidence that sugar causes heart attacks or blood vessel disease. Ooh. Mind you, doctors were giving health advice to patients based off these guidelines. And
That's
while I'm
not
not a
good
good enough historian to be able to bridge the gap from what I just said to what I'm about to say, I don't think it's a coincidence that in the 90s, the average American was consuming over...
What do you think happened to his wall here? Like serious question. What do you think happened? I like to imagine that he was recording a video at this table and he did something like I do where he like fidgets a bit. And so he was like doing the whole rocking back in your chair. And as he's doing it, you know, he's just like, you know, rocking back and then he just like eats it. And that's what caused that hole. That's what I think happened.
Gallons of soda every year. That is an average of 1.5 cans of soda a day. And do you remember how we said a regular can of soda on its own is already enough to blow past the daily limit for added sugar? And how for every soda can's worth of excess sugar, the diabetes risk of a population shoots way up? Again, not a good historian. Don't know how to connect what I just said with what I'm about to say. But there are 40 million people with diabetes in the US today. That's gotta be related, right?
Organization basically predicting with complete and utter certainty that they were going to fail to control this epidemic. Not reverse it, but prevent it from getting worse.
Isn't that cool?
That isn't to say there have been no efforts to solve the sugar problem. There are a few out there, but frankly, a lot of them I think are wishful thinking, annoying, or stupid.
Yeah.
I hate brown rice. With God as my witness, I hate it so much. It's chewy, it has this weird aftertaste, its color is worse than white rice. Don't make that a race thing. It sucks, I hate it so much, it's the worst. And I know it's
I like all kinds of all types of rice because there's a great video. I can't remember the name of the guy. He does like cooking science videos and he breaks down like why there's different types of rice, what they do, how to cook them differently, how they absorb water, the germ, the endosperm, things like that. And it was really interesting. And I used to not like brown rice and I watched that and I cooked brown rice properly and it tastes significantly better.
Talked about how complex carbs are so great and simple carbs are gonna kill you. Yeah, I don't care, I hate it.
This is for the part of the video where if I start ranting about brown rice, I hate it, 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 I hate it. else, you would start to cry. We laughed and we cheered, but if you left me with a bowl of brown rice and nothing else, my tears would fall the same. I hate it!
Well, if we can't get them to eat different foods, maybe we can get them to eat less of the foods they're eating now. Do you remember a decade ago when New York tried to ban soda and everyone lost their minds?
Michael Bloomberg this week banning the sale of anything over 16 ounces of soda.
Oh, I love that idea.
Sugary soft drink.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's just another step in trying to control what people are doing.
Looking back now, it is not difficult to see why they wanted to do that. Because first off, it's not like soda was going to be outlawed citywide. It was just that a lot of food places were no longer going to be allowed to serve sodas over 16 ounces. Which is fair, because if you remember earlier, we were talking about how bad large sodas are now. Back then, it was basically the Wild West. At the time, Regal Theater's largest soda size was nearly half a gallon. Now,
what? Half a gallon for a soda is insane. I wouldn't even be able to drink that while I was watching a movie. I would pee way too many times.
the idea got a lot of backlash and it never really went into full effect, but New York was not the only city to come up with the idea of making soda more inconvenient to buy. Years back, Philadelphia proposed a tax specifically on sodas. Reason being, not only would it discourage people from buying soda, but also the money they made on that tax was going to be put towards Philadelphia healthcare. Famous of these sugar substitutes is aspartame. And you will hear people make all kinds of claims about the substance. For example, you can't drink aspartame, it's a carcinogen. Which is like, yeah, but it's not that simple. There are multiple levels of carcinogens. There's group 1, which is basically these things.
What's funny too is the people who say that aspartame is a carcinogen and like they dog on it all the time are the same people who are buying 4 sodas a day. Not just cans of soda, but 4 big sodas a day.
Will give you cancer. Moving down, there's group 2A, which is basically we definitely want to do more research on this. Even further below that, there's group 2B, which is where aspartame is, which is basically, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, like the sun.
You know what else is in this category? Aloe vera and pickled vegetables. And despite that carcinogen label, it is still generally considered safe as long as you consume it within the daily recommended limit. That limit being no more than 40 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. To put that into English, I weigh about 200 pounds, which is roughly about 90 kilograms. So for me, I am allowed to have 90 times 40 milligrams of aspartame per day, which is about 3,600 milligrams, which is 18 cans of Diet Coke. Meaning I can drink 17 cans of Diet Coke every day and I should be fine. So after hearing all of that, you would assume that the issue is over. Aspartame is great, diet sodas are awesome, but almost no one just comes out and says that.
Yeah, it's wild.
So I will not be contradicting nor giving health advice. However, from my lowly perspective, it does seem that when health experts tackle this subject, they do so in a way that is silly or entirely misses the point. More than once, I read articles that were something along the lines of, we cannot recommend diet drinks as an alternative to sugary beverages. Instead, we recommend drinking water or low-fat milk. Which is like, the person who wrote that, I'm sure you...
Yeah, obviously that's the right answer. However, if you want the taste of a soda, drink a diet soda. Now, there are other things, like I've pulled back on drinking soda in the last week. I've pretty much like cut out all carbonated drinks solely because of the fact of like dental health. Which is the CO2 is mainly what's causing the issue and the sugar, but the CO2 is also causing a lot of issue for your teeth. So like over the last week, I've done that. And that's part of the reason I'll be 100% honest. I haven't had the best dental health in the last like so many years. And so I've been trying to make a plan to do it better. So like my sources of enjoyable drinks is I made homemade lemonade. I got to choose the amount of sugar that I put in it. Now, the acid's still not good for dental health, but, you know, I get to choose the amount of lemons that I put in it. And I drink 1 a day, and then the rest is like, you know, 1 glass. I actually got a glass of it right here. And it's like, that's a small glass. And then the rest is water. And, like, I'll do, like, the LaCroix or stuff, like mineral water or stuff, but, like,